Our second Distinguished Alumni Award will be presented to an alum of Washington Square College, Don Katz. Please enjoy learning more about his unique career in this short video.
I like to call the College of Arts and Science the College of Limitless Possibilities. And Don Katz is such a wonderful example of exactly that.
I had quite an amazing experience becoming a well-rounded person, and I thought I was taught how to think. And one of my professors at NYU, who was Ralph Ellison, the great novelist, so he gave me the confidence and the encouragement to become a professional writer.
First, he was a writer and a managing editor, best-selling author, but then Don went on to become the founder of Audible, an amazing technology company that really remade audio media.
Audible started out as an idea no one I knew believed in. There were only 3,000 audiobooks when Audible went public on the stock market in 1999. And from the publishing industry to the consumers to the writers, it wasn't really understood that I was trying to basically allow beautifully composed words to be refracted through beautifully raw performance. And that could be an entire media type, which is what it's become.
And I listen through headphones if I'm exercising, or a cassette adapter, which takes over the car stereo.
That actually allowed me to go back and reclaim my relationship with my roommate, Ed Lau, who was back in the Brittany, who was a supercomputer designer. So we kind of helped figure out some of the technology that became Audible.
The thing that's most inspiring is what he did with that multinational, multi-million-dollar platform, which is giving back, and all of his amazing work as a social entrepreneur and all the work he's done, particularly in Newark, New Jersey.
In 2007, when we had become that successful company, we actually moved the headquarters to downtown Newark, New Jersey, which is one of the great cities that is also historically challenged. And the idea was to take the creative capacities, the innovation capacities that made the company, and try to apply that to generationally perpetuated racial disparities and other inequities in society.
So his food programs, I know they started during COVID and that were so impactful for the people of Newark. He has future leadership programs focusing on high school students and getting them internships, paying them for summer internships. So in all these ways, Don is such a role model and an innovator.
Because of NYU, I was a more inventive entrepreneur and CEO. My NYU connections are really quite deep into how transformative the experience was. It was quite amazing.
Wow. Yeah. Somewhat hard to think that we were using cassettes in 2000, right? Looked like so long ago. An award-winning author and journalist, a visionary entrepreneur and creator, Don Katz has profoundly shaped the literary, someone's excited, yeah, good. I love it. Has profoundly shaped the literary landscape. Yes, 64, good year. Don is a masterful storyteller, from coverage of American institutions to international revolutions. His work is captivating, articulate, and intellectually stimulating, and has found its way into the hearts, minds, and earbuds of readers and listeners across the globe. Through his pioneering work founding Audible, Don's steadfast commitment to innovation and inclusivity has revolutionized the way we interact with literature, ensuring audiobooks are accessible to millions worldwide. Through Don's work, he has not only elevated the art of storytelling, but has fostered a deeper connection between authors and audiences. His dedication to expanding the boundaries of entertainment exemplifies the power of entrepreneurship to shape industries and enrich lives. In addition to his literary and business contributions, under Don's leadership, Audible has intentionally and actively served the community they call home, with relocation of their headquarters to Newark, New Jersey in 2007, yes, Go Jersey. Yeah. Audible catalyzed a generation of new possibilities and opportunities for local residents. In recognition of Don's extraordinary professional achievements, his commitment to community service, and his legacy of development and innovation, this award is presented with the deep admiration and respect of his fellow alumni. Please help me welcome Don Katz.
Wow. Thank you, Nikolai, Dr. Suzuki, Dr. President Mills. With all those pictures going way back, I know you're all thinking the same thing, that I haven't changed a bit. I have. My NYU roommate and friend, Ed Lau, who was depicted in the clip and helped me through computer science courses so long ago, couldn't be here. But Audible's first deep tech leader, Guy Story, who has a computer science graduate degree from NYU, is here today, along with most of the talented Audible Global leadership team, including Stern and NYU super alum Susan Jervis. And here today, too, is my ally, confidant, truth teller, and wife of 40 years, Leslie Larson. I find myself at an advice-giving point in my life, and I would recommend that anyone who wants to spend their days working without a net, pursuing visions of the possible that others sometimes think quixotic, should try to find a true and loving partnership like the one I've had with Leslie. Happy birthday. I've noted many times the too often underestimated impact of a great teacher on the course and the character of a life. The most dedicated and talented teachers are rarely remembered with their names on buildings, but they can and often do stay alive in the minds of their students after they are gone. This is certainly the case for me, and all the more acute, since my experience of my undergraduate years was blindsided by my beloved father's sudden death while playing tennis at only 47. I returned to NYU in many ways traumatized after this loss. The humanity and caring I recall from NYU teachers who are no longer with us will live forever for me. My brilliant Faulkner professor, Ilse Dussoir-Lind, who taught at NYU for 61 years, beyond her literary tutelage, which encouraged learning to read Faulkner as if it were a foreign language, realized that I was in trouble and basically forced me to seek psychological support that was life-changing over many years. Professor Sumner Rosen, who taught metropolitan studies and social policy, drew me close, making sure I had the right internship and that I understood urban poverty and the life and death of cities, as Jane Jacobs put it at the time, in ways that inform my thinking and my actions to this day. My political science professor, Dr. Bill Fleming, basically walked me into his alma mater, the London School of Economics, after graduation, even though I was an English major. And he invested his time and caring in what happened to me long after I left NYU. As the film clip conveyed, Ralph Ellison gave me the confidence to be a writer. But when he took me on as his tutee after my father died and stayed with me, encouraging me and submitting me for fancy scholarships and grants, I became aware that his own experience of losing his father when he was young had created a special connection. Ralph's deep understanding of the American oral tradition as the voices that became the distinctively American literature was key to the Audible audio aesthetic from the beginning. Ralph taught me to hear the improvisational jazz in the best writing and appreciate the complex collage, as he called it, of a nation based on the ideal of equality, constantly remaking and re-expressing itself. I was able to co-produce a critically acclaimed evening of Ralph's words, images, and the jazz he loved, called Jazz in the Key of Ellison, along with Wynton Marsalis, Professor Robert O'Meally, an Ellison scholar, and the New Jersey Performing Arts Center that went on the road. A soaring wall inside Audible's Innovation Cathedral in Newark displays Ralph's words. Words are everything, the key to the rock, the answer to the question. I'd like to think that the way I've lived and Audible's conveyance of literate listening into millions of people's lives are in so many ways, I do hope, lasting thank yous to Ralph Ellison. As I said, never underestimate the impact of a great teacher on the course and character of a life. I do think often about attending NYU during a time of resistance to immoral status quos domestically and internationally. There was indeed music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. When I was an undergraduate, and I recall vividly the huge demonstrations in the city and the intensity of debate inside class and in cafeterias and dorm rooms. I do hope that what Dean Suzuki called venues for limitless possibilities at NYU in the film clip can transcend the current challenges to our higher educational bastions as vibrant forums for words and ideas that reflect a multitude of intellectual and moral perspectives. Thanks for this honor. Appreciate it.